Hey guys, it's Marco again. I was just killing monsters the whole day yesterday and I got to say, goddamn, I love Mutilate. However, I have a few concerns about it, so let's get right into it. My first concern is that remorseless attacks still don't work properly. Whenever you kill a mob with Mutilate, and that happens quite often since Mutilate is about 60% of your damage on the average mob, you won't get a credit for a killing blow, so your talent is basically rendered useless in those situations. This bug is here since the start of the SoD, and if you kill something with the Rune ability, it just won't count as your killing blow. Because of this, I won't take any points in this talent, since it's mostly annoying me for not working properly. My second concern is that finishers are quite bad in terms of open world content with this iteration of Mutilate. For example, Eviscerate costs 35 energy, and for me it does 150 damage on a level 27 target with 5 combo points, while my Mutilate when the target is poisoned does 140 damage. I have 15% critical strike chance for Eviscerate and 45% for Mutilate, and when you add that up, average 5 combo point Eviscerate does 172 damage and average Mutilate 203 damage. So Mutilate does 30 more damage for extra 5 energy, and there isn't even an energy difference, because if you miss your Mutilate or the mob parries it or whatever, you will lose about 6 or 7 energy. While if that happens to Eviscerate, you will lose almost all of the invested energy. Lastly, Eviscerate doesn't apply poison, while Mutilate has quite a bit of chance to apply it, only enhancing the damage difference. This means that my optimal rotation for the open world is Mutilate, 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 Mutilate. You get the point. I will spice the whole thing up with an occasional slice and dice if the mob is at low percent HP, so I have it up for the next mob. My third and biggest concern is the fact that this Mutilate buff was made so rogues have more viable builds. But in fact this will snuffle out the other two builds. Saber Slash was used in PvE and Backstab was mostly used in PvP. Now here's the real kicker. There is no point using Backstab, and I will explain why. Currently on my character, Backstab does 5 more damage on average compared to Mutilate's base damage, when there are no poisons applied to the target. That means if the target has a poison applied, your Mutilate will do 20% more damage than Backstab, cost the same amount of energy, generate double the amount of combo points, you will also have double poison application chance, and you don't have to be behind your target to hit the ability. That's not even the worst thing in my book. Backstab needs Slaughter from the Shadows rune, which goes on your chest piece, and you're losing the more valuable Quick Draw for PvP, or Deadly Brew for PvE, while you aren't really getting anything from the Gloves rune as a Backstab player. Shadow Strike is nice, sure, but it only has the utility use. Lastly, when it comes to Saber Slash, you can't compare the two in PvP and open world farming. Mutilate is just miles faster and better. When it comes to the raid, BFD in my example, Mutilate has a larger upfront damage with a higher combo point generation, which should do more damage. However, Saber Slash and Mutilate are quite close, I would say. Mutilate will also scale better with the tryhard consumable like Boggling Root and flat damage increase from the enchants and the latest iteration of the epic crafted helm. To conclude, this buff was meant to make Mutilate viable, so we have more diversity as rogues. But I think they overbuffed it, and that this will completely kill the diversity until they nerf Mutilate. I think that they will nerf it in 1 or 2 weeks. Please share your predictions and opinions in the comments and mutilate that like button. Thank you and bye bye.